Ladies and gentlemen, today we embark on an exploration of intimacy, a topic that is as profound as it is multifaceted. Let's focus on a simple yet powerful truth. If a woman wants to get intimate, she'll always communicate that desire. But what does that mean? How do we recognize and honor that communication? Empowerment and mutual consent are foundational principles that form the cornerstone of any healthy and fulfilling relationship. When we speak of empowerment in this context, we are acknowledging that each individual has the inherent right to make choices about their own body and relationships. This includes the ability to express desires, set boundaries, and engage in intimate interactions in a manner that feels right for them. For women who have historically faced cultural pressures and societal expectations regarding their sexuality, this empowerment can be particularly significant. Understanding empowerment means recognizing the importance of agency. When a woman chooses to express her desire for intimacy, she is not merely making a request, she is claiming her power in the relationship. This act of communication is an authentic expression of her feelings and needs. It arises from self-awareness and self-acceptance, and it is an invitation for her partner to engage in a dialogue that respects that autonomy. It is essential that we acknowledge and celebrate this expression of desire, rather than allowing it to be diminished or ignored. However, empowerment cannot exist in a vacuum. It must be coupled with mutual consent. Mutual consent is not just a legalistic checklist or a simple yes or no. It is an ongoing dialogue, an active participation where both partners acknowledge each other's desires, boundaries, and comfort levels. In intimate relationships, consent is vital. It establishes trust and nurtures a safe space for exploration. When one partner expresses a desire, it is vital that the other responds thoughtfully, creating an atmosphere of openness and understanding. To illustrate this, let's consider a scenario that many of us may have encountered. A woman expresses her desire for intimacy after a romantic evening. This moment is not just a culmination of the evening's events, but a reflection of her feelings, emotions, and comfort level with her partner. Here's where empowerment and consent come into play. The moment she verbalizes her desire, she is not only seeking a physical connection, but also an emotional one. It is a profound invitation to embark on an intimate journey together. However, recognizing this moment also requires sensitivity from her partner. A partner should respond by affirming her feelings, seeking to understand what she wishes for from this intimacy, and ensuring that any engagement in that moment is entirely consensual. If the response downplays her desire or shifts the focus to the partner's own needs, it sends a message that her feelings are secondary, which can be disempowering. Instead, the ideal response would involve asking questions, creating a dialogue in which both partners can voice what intimacy means to them at that point in time. Furthermore, empowerment through mutual consent involves continual check-ins. Just because a woman expresses a desire for intimacy at one moment does not mean that desire will remain static. Emotions and circumstances can shift. Therefore, both partners must cultivate an environment where they can openly discuss how they feel before, during, and after intimate encounters. By doing so, they empower each other to express vulnerabilities, fears, and changes in desires without the risk of judgment or rejection. Understanding empowerment and mutual consent also requires a broader societal shift. Women often navigate relationships in environments where they are conditioned to please others or to fit within certain societal molds regarding sexuality. By fostering a culture that empowers women to express themselves authentically, we begin to dismantle the narratives that have historically stifled female desire. We need to encourage open discussions about sexuality, feelings, and desires, without the shaming or silencing that often accompanies these topics. In essence, when we prioritize empowerment and mutual consent, we are not just improving the dynamics of individual relationships, we are contributing to a larger societal transformation that honors women's voices and rights in intimate spaces. This shift requires us to actively listen and respond with empathy, patience, and openness. The more we engage in these meaningful conversations and practices, the more we pave the way for healthier, more respectful interactions, all while reinforcing the idea that every person deserves to feel empowered in their own desires. When we honor empowerment and mutual consent, we create relationships where both partners feel valued, respected, and connected on multiple levels. We foster deeper intimacy as every expression of desire becomes an exploration of mutual understanding and shared joy. So as we reflect on the topic of intimacy and the simple truth that if a woman wants to get intimate, she'll express it, let's also remember that this expression is rooted in her empowerment and must be met with mutual consent, ensuring both partners are on the same journey together. This is the essence of intimacy, one that celebrates the richness of connection, respect, and shared humanity. Effective communication is the lifeblood of any intimate relationship. It serves as the bridge connecting two individuals, allowing them to understand each other's thoughts, desires, and boundaries. When it comes to intimacy, the ability to articulate feelings and needs becomes even more vital. Effective communication not only enhances the quality of the relationship, but also fosters a deeper emotional connection between partners. At its core, effective communication involves not just the words we choose, but also the intent, tone, and body language that accompany them. It is essential to create an environment where both partners feel safe and encouraged to share their feelings openly without the fear of judgment or rejection. This requires us to cultivate a space of trust and emotional safety. One way to achieve this is by practicing active listening, which involves fully concentrating on what the other person is saying rather than merely waiting for our turn to speak. Active listening creates a foundation where both partners feel heard and validated, which is critical when discussing something as personal as intimacy. When a woman expresses her desire for intimacy, it is crucial for her partner to not only listen, but also to respond in a way that acknowledges her feelings. This can be achieved through affirmations, asking open-ended questions, and demonstrating genuine curiosity about her desires and boundaries. For example, instead of simply responding with a yes or no, a partner might say, "I appreciate you sharing this with me. Can you tell me what intimacy looks like for you in this moment?" Such questions invite dialogue, allowing the woman to articulate her desires while reinforcing that her feelings are important and valued. Moreover, it's important to recognize nonverbal communication. Body language, facial expressions, and even silence can convey a wealth of meaning. Sometimes, a woman may express her desire for intimacy not only through words, but through gestures or emotional cues. Being attuned to these signals can enhance mutual understanding. Couples should work on developing their emotional literacy, learning to interpret both verbal and nonverbal cues effectively. For example, if a woman seems hesitant or anxious despite verbally expressing interest in intimacy, her partner should take the time to explore these feelings rather than pressuring her to move forward. This willingness to understand and navigate nuanced emotions lays the groundwork for deeper intimacy. As relationships evolve, so too can the nature of communication. It is essential to recognize that feelings and desires can shift over time, influenced by a myriad of factors, including stress, life changes, and personal growth. Therefore, it's beneficial to engage in check-in conversations where both partners can discuss their emotional and physical needs regularly. This practice not only demonstrates ongoing commitment, but also ensures that both partners remain connected and mutually aware of each other's feelings as they traverse the journey of their relationship. Let's also consider the role of vulnerability in effective communication. Opening up about one's feelings, especially related to intimacy, can be daunting, but vulnerability is key to fostering authentic connections. When a partner allows themselves to be vulnerable, it encourages the other partner to do the same, initiating a cycle of open and honest dialogue. By sharing insecurities, fears, or past experiences concerning intimacy, partners can cultivate deeper empathy and understanding. This means embracing moments of discomfort, as they are often the precursors to greater intimacy and connection. Additionally, the power of timing cannot be understated. There are opportune moments when emotional connection is heightened, such as after a meaningful experience together or during quiet, intimate moments. Seizing these opportunities to communicate desires and feelings can enhance the depth of the conversation. For example, discussing intimacy during a cozy evening or after an emotional event can lead to more genuine expressions of desire. Conversely, attempting to discuss intimate feelings during stressful or distracting situations can hinder effective communication. Furthermore, it is essential to cultivate a language around intimacy. Many individuals find talking about sexuality and intimacy uncomfortable due to lack of experience, cultural norms, or shame. This discomfort can lead to misunderstandings and unmet needs. Therefore, partners should strive to create their own vocabulary around these topics, fostering comfort and reducing barriers to open discussions. This could involve using specific terms that mean something to both partners, or even humor to ease tension and make the conversation feel lighter. In conclusion, effective communication is an ongoing practice rooted in empathy, active listening, and genuine inquiry. It requires both partners to be deeply engaged in understanding each other's emotional landscape and desires. When a woman expresses a desire for intimacy, her partner must be willing to enter this dialogue with openness and curiosity, creating a space where both individuals can express and explore their feelings. By embracing vulnerability, staying attuned to nonverbal cues, checking in regularly, and timing conversations wisely, couples can forge a deeper, more fulfilling connection. Ultimately, effective communication transforms the landscape of intimacy into a shared journey where both partners feel empowered to express their needs and desires, nurturing a relationship built on trust, love, and mutual respect. The significance of emotional safety in intimate relationships cannot be overstated. Emotional safety refers to the sense of security and trust that partners share within their relationship, allowing them to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or retribution. This fundamental element creates a nurturing environment where individuals can be their authentic selves, leading to deeper emotional intimacy and stronger connections. When emotional safety exists, partners are more likely to open up about their vulnerabilities, aspirations, and desires, particularly concerning intimacy. For women, feeling emotionally safe can be pivotal in expressing desires and needs, as historical social dynamics often instill hesitance regarding sexual expression. Women may worry about backlash, judgment, or being perceived in certain negative lights, thus stifling their true feelings. In an emotionally safe relationship, however, women can communicate their feelings without the constant fear of these consequences, resulting in a healthier dynamic. Creating emotional safety requires intentional actions and practices. One essential way to foster this environment is through consistent affirmation and validation of each other's feelings. When one partner shares something personal or vulnerable, it is vital for the other to validate that experience. This doesn't merely mean agreeing with everything that is said, but rather acknowledging the partner's feelings as legitimate, regardless of whether they align with one's perspective. For instance, if a woman shares feelings of anxiety about intimacy, a validating response might include, "I hear you. It's completely normal to feel that way. Let's talk about it together." This response solidifies her feelings while inviting a constructive dialogue. Moreover, responding with empathy and curiosity can further enhance emotional safety. A partner should strive to understand not only the content of what is being said, but also the emotions behind those words. Employing empathetic communication techniques, such as reflective listening, can help foster this understanding. Reflective listening involves repeating back what the other person has shared in one's own words, demonstrating that their feelings have been heard. This practice facilitates deeper connection and allows both partners to see each other's perspectives more clearly, reinforcing the idea that their feelings are important. Another key aspect of emotional safety is establishing and respecting boundaries. Healthy relationships require that partners recognize each other's limits and preferences regarding intimacy. By having explicit discussions about boundaries, what is comfortable and what is not. Both partners can navigate their relationship with respect and understanding. When a partner expresses discomfort or hesitance regarding an intimate situation, acknowledging and honoring that boundary reinforces emotional safety. It mirrors the sentiment that one partner's comfort matters as much as the other's, allowing trust to flourish. Furthermore, consistency in actions contributes to emotional safety. It is not enough to create an emotionally safe space in isolated instances. Both partners must continually demonstrate trustworthiness and support over time. This can be shown through consistent respect for one another's autonomy, regular emotional check-ins, and follow through on promises and commitments. When partners observe each other acting in ways that uphold the principles of emotional safety, it solidifies the foundation of trust. Over time, this trust fosters a climate where both partners feel comfortable expressing desires, engaging in vulnerability, and exploring intimacy without apprehension. Conflict resolution is another critical component of emotional safety. Disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, but the manner in which partners navigate these conflicts can significantly impact the emotional climate. When conflicts arise, both partners should approach each other with a mindset of collaboration rather than defensiveness. Effective conflict resolution requires commitment to understanding each other's perspectives and finding common ground. If emotional safety is prioritized during conflicts, partners can express dissenting opinions or feelings without feeling attacked or belittled. This approach invites compromise and growth, both key ingredients in maintaining intimacy. In addition, the cultivation of emotional safety requires self-awareness from each partner. Understanding one's own triggers and sensitivities can facilitate better communication. When individuals are aware of their vulnerabilities, they can communicate their needs more effectively, ensuring that their partner can support them appropriately. For instance, if a woman recognizes that intimacy can be a loaded topic due to past experiences, sharing this insight with her partner allows for more sensitive discussions. In turn, her partner can approach the topic with greater awareness and care, reinforcing emotional safety. Lastly, the notion of emotional safety extends beyond verbal communication. Body language, tone of voice, and physical gestures all convey emotional signals. A reassuring touch, an understanding gaze, or a calm voice can often speak volumes more than words. Partners should strive to cultivate a nonverbal dialogue that underscores their commitment to creating a safe emotional space. For example, if one partner is feeling vulnerable, a simple reassuring hug or holding of hands can convey support and understanding. In conclusion, emotional safety in intimate relationships is an essential foundation for fostering deep connections and healthy communication. It involves validating each other's feelings, practicing empathy, respecting boundaries, and ensuring consistency in behavior. When both partners prioritize emotional safety, they create an environment where vulnerability is welcomed, desires can be openly expressed, and intimacy can thrive. This not only strengthens the bond between partners, but also cultivates an atmosphere of mutual respect and love, paving the way for a fulfilling and enriching relationship. Consequently, the process of building emotional safety becomes a shared journey, as both partners embrace the commitment to nurture, support, and uplift one another through whatever challenges arise. Trust is often described as the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, acting as a protective shield against the vulnerabilities and uncertainties that come with emotional intimacy. In the context of intimate relationships, trust not only fosters safety and stability, but also significantly enhances the quality of emotional exchanges and sexual connections. Building and maintaining trust is not merely about avoiding betrayal. It involves active participation, transparency, and mutual respect between partners. One of the foundational components of trust is consistency in behavior. Trust grows when partners demonstrate reliability in their actions and commitments over time. When promises are kept and partners can count on each other to be present and supportive, trust deepens. For instance, if one partner consistently shows up on time for plans or follows through on commitments, it nurtures a sense of dependability. Conversely, inconsistency can lead to doubt and insecurity, causing one partner to question the other's reliability and intentions. This mindset could adversely affect intimacy, making effective communication feel daunting and leading to emotional withdrawal. Transparency plays a crucial role in the development of trust. Open and honest communication about feelings, needs, and even fears can pave the way for deeper understanding between partners. Both partners should feel comfortable sharing their thoughts without fear of judgment. For example, discussing past experiences and how they influence current desires can be incredibly helpful. If a woman shares hesitations regarding intimacy rooted in past trauma, it can enhance her partner's empathy and awareness, strengthening the trust between them. When each partner lays bare their vulnerabilities, it establishes a deeper emotional connection, encouraging mutual support and understanding. Moreover, establishing mutual respect is integral to cultivating trust. Respecting each other's feelings, opinions, and boundaries forms a solid foundation upon which trust can flourish. It's essential for partners to engage in discussions about what is off limits and where each person feels comfortable pushing boundaries. A relationship grounded in respect fosters an environment where both partners feel validated in their emotions and experiences, essential for trust. If a woman expresses discomfort with a particular aspect of intimacy and her partner disregards her feelings, it is a direct violation of trust. In contrast, when partners emphasize respect, they acknowledge each other's autonomy, promoting an atmosphere where both can express their needs and desires safely. Equally important is the role of accountability in building trust. When mistakes are made or misunderstandings arise, taking responsibility for one's actions helps to reaffirm trust. This accountability can manifest in apologizing sincerely when wrong and actively working to rectify situations. For instance, if a partner unintentionally crosses a boundary, openly acknowledging the mistake and demonstrating a commitment to avoid repeating it can go a long way in reaffirming trust. Partners must understand that taking responsibility not only reflects integrity, but also reinforces the notion that each person's feelings and needs matter. Trust is also closely linked to vulnerability, especially when discussing intimate matters. The willingness to be vulnerable allows partners to deepen their emotional connection, fostering trust and intimacy. For women, the act of opening up about their desires and needs requires trust that their partner will respond with care and understanding. Therefore, both partners should practice vulnerability, creating a reciprocal relationship where both feel safe to express their innermost thoughts and feelings. The cycles of vulnerability and trust can significantly enhance the level of intimacy shared, enriching the emotional and physical dimensions of the relationship. In addition, nurturing a culture of appreciation is an often overlooked aspect of trust building. Recognizing and valuing each other's contributions, whether big or small, reinforces positive feelings within the relationship. Simple gestures or words of affirmation, such as, "I appreciate your willingness to communicate openly," or "Thank you for understanding my needs," can fortify the bond of trust. This culture of appreciation cultivates an environment where both partners feel valued and understood, making them more likely to engage in vulnerable discussions about intimacy. Another essential component is the shared history and experiences that partners build together, creating positive memories, tackling challenges collaboratively, and sharing dreams for the future deepen the reservoir of trust within a relationship. Couples who have navigated life's ups and downs hand in hand often find that their trust in each other strengthens over time. These shared experiences can solidify the understanding that partners are allies in each other's lives, enhancing the emotional and physical aspects of their connection. Furthermore, the practice of ongoing communication about trust itself is crucial. Partners should feel free to discuss what trust means to them and how it plays a role in their relationship. This conversation can include exploring any past experiences that shape their views on trust. As individuals come to understand each other's perspectives, It opens avenues for growth, creating a deeper emotional bond. Regular discussions about trust can provide both partners an opportunity to express their thoughts and feelings, reaffirming their commitment to nurturing a trusting environment. In conclusion, trust is an essential pillar that supports intimacy in relationships. To build and maintain trust, partners must engage in consistent behavior, transparent communication, and mutual respect. Being accountable for one's actions, practicing vulnerability, and fostering a culture of appreciation contribute to the trust dynamic. Personal histories and shared experiences further reinforce this foundation, while open conversations about what trust means allow for deeper understanding. Ultimately, a trusting relationship nurtures not only emotional and physical intimacy, but also creates a profound connection between partners, enabling them to cultivate a union that stands resilient against life's challenges and enhances their journey together. Through continuous effort and commitment, trust becomes a powerful force that uplifts and sustains the relationship, allowing both partners to feel secure, valued, and connected.